Living in a rural state like Montana, air ambulances are a common medical service, and it's not just hospitals that provide that service. Now, 13 companies offer this life-saving transportation, and in our first part of our special report, MTN's Sarah Stinson joins us live in the studio to tell us how this affects people who use this service. Sarah?
Those who have used an air ambulance tell me the service becomes a necessity when you're in a life or death situation, but the biggest surprise is returning home to a hefty bill.
I really didn't know if I'd be seeing her at the end of that flight. There were so many unknowns.
2 years ago this month, Amy Thompson went through the nightmare no parent should have to encounter. Her 2-month-old baby had to be air flighted from Butte to Seattle's Children's Hospital for open heart surgery.
That was our only option, was to get to Seattle as quickly as possible.
When time is of the essence, air ambulance is a necessity, but each case is different. Whenever someone's in the situation where they need to be airlifted, that time frame is called the golden hour, because not only does it save lives, but it also costs a lot of money.
Just over $30,000. My portion of it would be roughly, pretty close to $10,000.
Ron Pecorina could not feel anything from the waist down. Doctors at St. Peter's ran some tests to see what was wrong.
3-4 hours later, they said, "You're flying out. Where you want to go, Great Falls or Missoula."
Pecorina's insurance paid for 70% of the air ambulance costs.
The biggest shocker is the mandatory, you have to pay the difference, whatever your insurance does not cover.
A battle Thompson says you can fight. After 3 appeals with her insurance company and 2 complaints with the state insurance commissioner's office, Amy Thompson won.
It was a long ordeal, and I would just hope that people don't give up and just immediately pay in. I do feel like there's a process. My complaints with the state ended up pushing Pacific Source and Airlift Northwest to negotiate.
Just 3 days after returning to Montana from Seattle, the Thompsons were surprised when they received their air ambulance bill.
Shock, I guess, first.
It came out to $56,000. Her insurance company offered to pay just the liftoff fee.
It was $13,000, leaving us with $43,000.
From then on, she says it was a game of finger pointing.
Between insurance and Life Flight Company both saying it was the other's responsibility to decrease that cost. And in the meantime, by the way, it's on you to pay for it.
Thompson recommends 2 major strategies. 1, never give up in this process, and 2, contact the Patient Advocate Foundation.
They can provide guidance and assistance, particularly on making appeals.
Air ambulance services have become a major topic for the Legislative Economic Affairs Interim Committee. During one of the committee hearings, Thompson told legislators that her story has a happy ending, but she said in some cases tragedy is piled on top of the economic burden.
There are families that don't bring their babies home. And instead of having this constant reminder of a smiling child looking at them, they have a bill that they're paying every month to remind them of the precious gift that they lost.
The interim committee has created a working group of interested parties to further explore the issue. For more information on the Patient Advocate Foundation, you can visit our website. Plus, join me tomorrow for the second part of my special report as I speak with insurance and air ambulance companies. Back to you, Mackenzie.